Hey everybody, I'm Russ Rockwell, and this is Russ Rockwell's Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at 1997's Cinderella. So this is a made-for-TV movie version of Cinderella. It's the Rodger and Hammerstein version, not the Disney version. And it's got Brandy, Whitney Houston, and of course it's got Jason Alexander in there. So it's a pretty star-studded cast. Everybody knows Cinderella. You know, everybody knows Wicked Stepmother, Stepsisters, Fairy Godmother, Glass Slipper. All that's the same. Basic Cinderella story. What really separates this apart from like the Disney version or other classic versions is the music. You know, they're completely different songs. It's a Rodger and Hammerstein musical. And other than that, it's Cinderella. You know, what can you say? If you like Cinderella, maybe it's for you. If you don't like Cinderella, you're not gonna like this. They didn't do any big changes. I gotta say, I think the songs kind of suck. They're ballads mostly. Very few upbeat songs. A lot of ballads. And the cast doesn't really have the ability, aside from Whitney and Brandy and the dude that played the prince. Maybe. It's like it feels like 2/3 of this movie is just Whoopi Goldberg and Jason Alexander sing-talking at each other. And I found it difficult. I found it not an enjoyable experience. So it's like, the songs suck, the pacing sucks, and the acting sucks. I mean, there's no nice way to put it. The entire movie is just a device to get from one song to the next. Even though it's covering all these like basic Cinderella plot lines. But there's no real emotional connection. You don't really understand why the step family is so mean to Cinderella. You don't really understand why the prince and Cinderella fall in love. It's just kind of these unconnected excuses to get to the next painfully long and slow ballad. You know, it's like a child wandering through a toy store, just picking up a toy, playing with it for a few moments and dropping it on the ground, and then picking up a new toy. And just leaving this trail of forgotten toys, you know? There's just no emotional connection to drive the story forward. There's no high points or low points, and they kind of try to do high points a little bit. The low points aren't that low. It's like Cinderella's pretty happy with her shitty life. She's pretty content to be her stepfamily's house cleaner. And it's just... The prince is a spoiled prince. He's got everything he needs. I don't know. I just wasn't connected to these characters at all. I thought they were pretty boring. And I didn't get invested in the story at all. And I don't hate musicals. There's a couple musicals I really like. I'm not a huge musical person. But, that being said, you do one ballad. Maybe two. There's like 5 ballads, I think. To me, they were all ballads. I'm just like, man, just give me an upbeat, give me like a Hot Patootie or something, you know? Give me a fucking Magical Mr. Mistopheles. Just give me something like, bam. No, none of that. You're not getting that. So this movie took me 3 different viewings, right? And I drank at least 2 to 3 beers on each viewing. So this is like a 6 to 9 beer movie. Just take some time out of your day if you're going to watch this. Because it's only 90 minutes, but if you're like me, you're going to stretch that out over several hours, maybe even 2 days. You don't want to watch this movie with a clear head. It's just boring. You know, you need to kind of be kind of dumb. You need to let yourself get dumbed up to just sink back in your chair and kind of just let the movie happen. As far as the acting goes, Brandy was definitely the standout. Brandy's a good Cinderella. She does kind of have this vacant stare and endless optimism, which I don't know if that's what she was going for, but you definitely believe that she is okay with her family situation. I don't know if it's the trauma of her father dying. They don't really go into it, but she's just always kind of there and okay to be there. Like, nothing really bothers her. And I don't know if that, like I said, I don't know if that was on purpose, but it actually, it kind of works for Cinderella. And Brandy, I mean, she looks the part. She's got a great voice. That was solid casting. The obvious other big one is Whitney Houston as fairy godmother. You know, she's really not in it a whole lot, but that's fine casting, you know. You don't have to, you don't need a lot of depth to be the fairy godmother. You can just come in, look the part, you know, sing a song. And that was a great cast. Everyone else, I don't know. The stepsisters were pretty good. Fucking Jason Alexander and Whoopi Goldberg were difficult to deal with. Anytime they came on, I wanted to go to the bathroom. I wanted to leave. I was looking for excuses to not have to deal with them. I think they were probably, maybe some people think they're fun. That's fine. I'm going to strongly disagree with that opinion. I thought there's especially one long Jason Alexander sing talk song. I think it's between Jason Alexander and Whoopi Goldberg. It's pretty torturous. Pretty, it's just not an enjoyable experience, just very difficult to get through. For my official rating, I don't really have like a rating system up yet. I was trying to think of some things. I really couldn't think of any, so I'm just going to say like watch or don't watch, you know. And for this movie, I think it's a hard don't watch, with a little bit of a caveat. If you're really into musicals, maybe. And if you really like Cinderella, maybe. If you really like Brandy, Whitney Houston, also maybe. I think the people that are going to enjoy this movie know they're going to like it before they even start it. If you're even questioning it, if you're going, I don't know, I like some musicals, maybe I'll like this one. No, you're not going to like it. At least that was my experience. If you like other Rodger Hammerstein things, and you just loved them all, you'll probably like this one. If you liked I think there was a version that came out in the 60s. If you like that one, you'll probably like this one, because it's the same songs and stuff. But for me, it's a hard don't watch. I regret watching it. I would preferred to have lived this life without seeing it. So here on Russ Rockwell Reviews, basically I have a wheel with over 5,000 movies on it. We're getting close to 6,000. If there's a movie you want me to review, you know, let me know. It's probably on the list, but if it's not, I'll add it to the list. I'm not picky. I'll watch anything. I'll review anything. So we're going to spin that wheel. I'm going to try to put it up in the corner up here. So it's spinning and stuff. Some time here.
Day shift.
All right. The next Russ Rockwell review is going to be on Day Shift. It's the 2022 straight to Netflix vampire hunting movie starring Jamie Foxx. So I'm really looking forward to watching Day Shift. You know, and I'm sure that'll be just peachy. That'll be a fun experience. Those, you know, the straight to Netflix movies, I don't want to ruin it. What is it, the one Bright? I did see that one. I haven't seen this. I do like Jamie Foxx, but in my experience, the straight to Netflix, just kind of boring. Like, you know, sometimes good concept, decent budget, but they kind of come together like, they're like straight to video movies back in the day, but not as fun, you know, if that makes sense. So maybe this one will be different. We'll give it a shot. Well, that's it for Russ Rockwell Reviews. Hope to see you all again next time.